Time to play. Let's go to the overhead. I am so dang late in getting this video up. And of course, which means I've been using the pens for July. That's here, July. But interesting observation, I would say, after I got into fountain pens, I started going down the road of choosing different inks. So I always had fountain pens with cartridges in them. And this time around, I started choosing different inks. And it's not until after I started doing my ink reports, I've done 2 right now, that I realized how much the writing experience was affected by the pairing of the ink and the pen nib. I don't know why I thought that wouldn't be a thing, or I didn't think about it, but it really does affect the experience and the writing. And one of those interesting comparisons, it will actually come up in the July ink report, where I actually had to change the ink about 10 days or so in, because one of the pens was, I was completely unsatisfied. And I'll tell you more about that later. But first, let's get to the June ink report. If you remember last month in June, I did blues and its complementary colors. So that means blue and the complementary colors of green and purple. So that's what you see here. And I knew that reason I did this is because I knew that I didn't have enough blues to make just a blues list, although I do now because I did a swatch party. Before I begin, I want to talk about my rating system. For May, I used a letter rating system, and I wanted more ability to really rate the pens. And so my experience now is I'm going to use a number system. So the rating is the overall experience of the pen, the ink, and the nib, all 3 combined. So it's not a rating on the pen or the ink or the nib separately. It's just my subjective experience using the combination of the pen and the ink started. First up was the Kaweco Frost Sport in Blush. It has a medium nib. And it was inked in the Pelikan Königsblau Royal Blue. All of that, I cannot get over the names that we get. Anyway, that is a blue that, the Kaweco, this Kaweco, I love this pen. I love how it writes. But I did not enjoy the ink so much. And it wasn't the combination of the pen and the ink. It was really just the ink. So I will try it in other nib sizes and other pens, first of all, to see if that's the issue. And if I'm still not liking it, I'll probably sell it or give it away in samples. So be aware of that. This one, I would give let me see, where am I? I'm just going to use, let's use the pen that I'm writing with. My pen that I am using to write the ink report is my Pilot E95S. I just love this pen. The rating I will give this one is, I think I had it as an 8. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, leave it at that. So that one, let's go in a little bit closer so you can see what I am actually doing. And you can see the ink colors a little bit better. Okay, so that's the Kaweco Frost Sport in blue, and that's this color right here. It's a beautiful blue. Just not a fan of the ink in this particular nib, so we'll see how that shapes up. The next one is Metropolitan Gold Tan. It's a Pilot pen. It's a recent purchase, well, a recent as in the last 6 months maybe. One of the things that happened with this one is, let me tell you what it's inked in. It's inked in Shikiori Yuki Akari. So this is a beautiful blue shade. I love the ink there. The experience I had with this was it started to leak, and I figured out that it was it was a squeeze converter. I found out I do not like squeeze converter. My husband had a problem with it. The squeeze converter actually collapsed in on itself and it wouldn't release. So I remember changing the converter into a Con 40, I think. So that means the writing experience was not the best. I like the pen, I like the ink, but the converter is actually what made this experience kind of not so happy. So I will give this one, unfortunately, I'm going to give this one a 4 for this particular writing experience. And see, that's the reason I want to use numbers instead, because 4 will, yeah, it was okay. It was just okay. 5 would be, okay, we're reaching. But 4, The next pen is the Pilot KAKUNO Clear. I absolutely love this pen. It's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I love this pen. You'll see it coming up in July. Alrighty, this was inked in the Diamine Marine. So these two are the pen combination. I loved this pen and ink combo. It started off slow at first, and I don't know if it was because how I inked it. I don't know. But afterwards, it started to flow, which it did well. It did well. The only problem was that I didn't put enough ink in it for June, and so it ran out of ink with a couple of days to go. Well, probably more than almost half the month to go. I didn't re-ink it. I just let it slide. So with that one, I will give this one, I want to give this one a 7. I'll give that one a 7 because I think the combination was good. It ran out of ink, so the experience of writing, remember, it's all about the experience. The experience of writing was a 7. It was good, but it was a 7. All right, next one is my TWSBI Eco. TWSBI just makes the most fun pens to work with. I now have 3 of them. I might be thinking of getting another one, who knows. So this is the TWSBI Eco in transparent blue. It has a medium nib. And this one was inked in Diatrementa's Brilliant Violet Copper. Oh my gosh. Love this combination. Love this combination. This was the purple I used for Ink Rainbow 23. So if you've not yet watched it, I'll put a card here. I think it's here. I'm pretty positive it's here. I'm hoping it's still here. I'll put a card there so you can watch my Ink Rainbow 23 because I had it. And you see how much ink I have left? I have to get a bottle of this. I loved this combination, absolutely loved it. It was a dream to write with. Ink was nice and wet and it flowed so well. As I said, got to get a bottle of it because that stuff is good. That will get a rating of, I'm pretty sure you can guess what the rating is going to be for this one. 10. Okay. Next up was the Sailor Compass 1911 pen. This is actually one of my favorite pens to write with. I always enjoy writing with this pen, and the ink was the Iroshizuku Konpeki, one of my favorite blue inks. Again, this actually was a good this is a good pairing. The ink didn't, at the beginning, it felt stilted and globby. It was just, I don't know, it just felt stilted and globby, and the color seemed flat at times, if you can see here. When I ink with Konpeki, it's usually much brighter. Where is Konpeki? It's usually it comes off much brighter than it does here. So it felt a little flat at times. It's most likely the pen and the ink. This is a fine point in here, so I have to remember that maybe fine and the Konpeki don't go together necessarily. Or it's so subjective really, because a fine here and a fine in this pen, totally different. Anyway, that is that one. So I am going to rate this one a 6. I like it. I like both, but the color seemed flat. So there you go. The next one I had was the TWSBI Diamond 580. See, TWSBI again. TWSBI, love you. Actually, this is not the color. This is actually the color for July. So I'm just gonna use it again because I love writing with this pen. The color was the Ferris wheel press glistening glass. I saw this demonstrated somewhere. I forget where I saw it demonstrated. It's a shimmer ink, and these two were, this was a good combination, but I had to constantly shake, the pen to distribute the particles. They seem to not, I've had shimmer in here before, but I never had to shake the pen as much. And as you can see, I have another shimmer in here. I'm going to tell you about that when I do the July currently inked. Good combination. I liked it. I love this gray blue color. I find that I really like gray inks. I love that gray blue color. It's just brilliant. And it fits in here because, as I said, at the time I did this, I didn't have a whole lot of blue, so I really went outside of blue, and it comes in as a blue gray, so it fits in the June currently inked blue system. And the last one I inked up was, well, I had gotten this pen at the time of the June, so I thought, I want to write it. And as you can see, it's not, or you can't see. As you can see, it is not in a blue, it's in a orange, which I like. This is the Monteverde RITMA, and it has a stub nib. This is my first stub nib, people. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with stub nibs. I want them all. I want all. I have a video coming up that is Portland had a pen show recently, my first pen show, and the first pen show for Portland. And I was talking to someone about an architect nib, I think it is, and yes, anyway, I'm drifting. Let's get back. I love the ink. I love the color. I love the pen writing with the color. You can see this one is Pilot Yuyaki. That's the color. Nothing to do with blue, but hey, girl's prerogative. Let's just put it that way. The ink in this one flowed so well, so I'm going to enjoy using that again. I forget if I have it on July. So that is let's go back again. That is the June ink report. Oh, I forgot to list the rating. Monteverde was 9, and this one was 7. The Ferris wheel press was 7. So yeah, that's my rating, and those are the inks for July. So let's just do a little show and tell, and we're just not have these in there. And for this, I'm going to use my Tachikari. So this is what my stainless steel Kakimori nib will live in. I love the fact that it comes with a lid. That's way cool. Alrighty, first ink and pen combo is, now remember I said I've used these inks already, so I'm not gonna write in them with the Kakimori nib. I'm just gonna use the pen because it's already inked up in it. So the first ink and pen combo is the TWSBI Eco Mint with a medium nib. And let's get that. Let's just get some color there. Diamine Soft Mint. I really love how soft the color is. We have the TWSBI Eco in mint with a medium nib. I love a TWSBI with a medium nib. They're just, to me, that's the best combination. I think I have one with a fine nib. We'll see in a minute. Maybe. Yeah, I think my Diamond 580 has a fine nib. Anyway, and this is inked in Diamine Soft Mint. So that's the TWSBI 580. No, TWSBI Eco in mint. And then we will do that big old swatch that I like to do. Alrighty. I love that. Okay, so that is the Diamine Soft Mint. That is just, let's get a close-up of that. I just love how it really is the word, for me, the operative word on that one is soft. It's very soft. Alrighty, next one up for this month, July, is I'm gonna go back to the Monteverde RITMA in a stub because I love this pen. Oh my goodness, anodized orange metallic cap. Get you one of these. This is the 2023 edition. Let's get into, where are we? What are we doing for this one? Oh, I'm using the one in my, oh my God, it's such a favorite one now. This is Organic Studios Nitrous. I'm gonna have to look into Organic Studios because there's a second nitrous that I'm using for this month as well. But I want you to see this because it's freaking gorgeous. Let's get this. I hope I got enough shakeage. I need the good shakeage on this one. Okay. I'm gonna have to get a tissue just to get the edges because it's a bit fat. I don't mind getting, yeah, it's already colored. Anyway, let's get this color down. And I want you to notice, I hope it does it, there is such a beautiful, there's such a beautiful red-ish, I hope it comes up. If not, I'll do it again so you can see. But that one is, as I said, inked up in my Monteverde. Oh my God. Let's shake this up a bit just to make sure I'm gonna get some good stuff. This is one of the ink samples I got in my last ink sample video. What are we doing? We are doing Monteverde. Oh, forgot the R. Monteverde RITMA in a stub, no less. And the ink is Organic Studios Nitrogen. Oh my God. I'm gonna hold it up for you to see. Hopefully it shows up there, but I'm gonna hold it up for you to see and to see the beautifulness of it. That is just, oh, my heart is just taking a short beat from that gorgeousness. And I hope we can see. Let's just blow on this a minute. You can see it in the Monteverde. You can see the red shimmer, but as it dries, when it dries, I'm going to show you the card that I did for it, the swatch for it. So that's that one. Next one up is Pilot Vanishing Point. This is my latest acquisition. Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo with a fine nib. One of the things I did with this pen is I actually inked it up, first of all, in the beginning of the month, with Ferris Wheel Press Malibu Blush. This is a new ink that I got at the pen show. And I got this one as opposed to another one. And I wish I'd gotten the other one now. I actually changed from this Ferris Wheel Press to one of my favorites. Ferris Wheel Press Lights on Broadway. This is my favorite pen ink because it didn't actually show up. This one, Malibu Blush, because this pen nib is fine, it wasn't showing up as beautifully as it should have. And so I changed it to Lights on Broadway. First of all, before we do that, let's do a swatch with the nib, Kakimori. Let's do that first. Oh, look at that. You can almost see it come in there. Oh, no, we're just concentrating on the Ferris Wheel Press. Sorry, Ferris Wheel Press. I'll give you your attention. Let's do Lights on Broadway. Alrighty, and we will write it up now. Let's see how we do. See, I'm still trying to figure out how to hold this. This is the, that's such a better color. Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo in, that looks like an N. Let's do that. In fine. And the ink is Ferris Wheel Press Lights on Broadway. Gotta love that name too. I mean, really, come on. That name is gorgeous. Alrighty, let's do a little swabby of it. Oh my gosh, you're getting it all over the place. Stop it. Alrighty, swab time. What are you doing? It's almost like it's not, it doesn't want to swab properly. What is up with that? Okay. Obviously, it needs to be soaking wet. Alrighty, that's Pilot Vanishing Point. Decimo in the Ferris Wheel Press Lights on Broadway. Next up is, what is next up? Another Pilot pen. This is the pen I found in my stash and I just started using it. This is the Pilot Lucina with a medium nib. And it is inked up in Cocoa Shimmer, I think. So we'll leave that right there. Oh, first things first. Gotta get the swatchy first. 1 second while I shake this sucker up. It's such a beautiful brown. It's a deep, it's almost like a deep chocolatey brown. That's what it looks like. Alrighty, so now we have the Pilot Lucina in a medium nib, and it is inked in Diamine. Cocoa Shimmer. Alrighty, let's get a larger swatch down. I love the larger swatch thing I'm doing. I'm really enjoying seeing. Oh, that's a bit much. And I love, if you notice how they dry so beautifully. I love this, oh, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but I'm gonna show you in a minute. You can see the shimmer happening. Let's get that pen back in there. You can see it's a very light shimmer. I don't know if you can pick up the shimmer there. It's happening on that one. It's just like, it's almost like little gold flecks all through it. Juicy, juicy. All right, next one up is one of my favorite pens. It is the, I'm using a whole lot of Pilots here, Lord. Okay, it is the Pilot KAKUNO. This is such a cute little pen, and it is such a simple, inexpensive one, and it writes, a chef's kiss. That's how good it writes. This is the Pilot KAKUNO in clear with a medium fine nib, and it is inked up in Diamine Moon Dust. So pretty. Let's do first a little swatchy. It's such a beautiful, almost like a moonlit gray, like the moon is all lit up in the night sky. That's what it reminds me of. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the Pilot. What is it called? Pilot KAKUNO clear with a medium fine nib, and it is inked in Diamine. just. Alrighty. I just love, it has that hint of blue to it that I tend to, I'll share with you something at the end of this video that I did, but it has to do with the blue. Alrighty, let's get this laid out. Let's see what you have. Let's go all the way. Look at how that lightens up beautifully. Oh my God, I just cannot get enough of the inks. Okay, last pen for July that is almost over. We are just middle of July, actually, is the Pilot, nope, sorry TWSBI, sorry. The TWSBI Diamond 580 in Iris. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love this pen. I tend to actually put shimmers in here. And so this one is filled with the Organic Studios Frog. Now I gotta tell you a little story about this one. I got it, this is an ink sample from Sarah of Ginger Peachy Pens. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She also sent me this one, Mont Blanc JFK Navy. I cannot wait to ink that up and put that in something. But she sent me this. I commented how I just love the color. She says, I'll send you a swatch. And I'm like, really? Okay. Yes. Yes, please. And so that's, oh my God. Can I tell you, this is the other Organic Studio. This is the first one. And this is, I'm loving how, whatever formulation they have with their ink, oh my word. Can you see that? I'm hoping the camera's picking this up. Oh my gosh. Oh! Anyway, let's get to swatching. Let's get to putting this down. Oh, I don't know. Can this fit in? I don't think this can fit in there. Okay, so we're going to go a little bit different here. We're going to, this is why I have the syringe. This is why it's available to me, because that pen is not going to fit in there. Alrighty. Do not fall. You've been given your marching orders. Do not fall. Alrighty, let's get a little swatchy. Can you see that? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. It looks like a frog too. I mean, it looks like it could croak off the paper. That's what it looks like. Alrighty then. Okay, let's put this back in. I don't want this to sit around. 1 second, let's prepare the syringe. Let's not get it all over my paper. Alrighty, and get you back in the bottle because every precious bit of this needs to be saved. We are not wasting any of it. This is precious magic sauce stuff. Let's put you in here because you're gonna get dirty in a minute. I'm just washing stuff at the side right here as I go along. There's a sheen on this. I don't know if you can see there's a sheen in there that I need to clean it a little bit better. That's okay. I'll clean that a little bit later too. We'll do clean up later. Clean up on aisle currently in July. Alrighty, so let's do, oh my God, that's so freaking gorgeous. Let's write this out. Who is this? This is the TWSBI Diamond. Oh my goodness, I hope you're falling in love with this. Get you some of this. Diamond 580 in Iris. And this is a, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a fine nib. And the ink is the most gorgeous Organic Studios Frog. Is that what it is? Organic Studios Frog green. That's the official. Let's write the official name. Shimmer. Look at that, baby. Look at that. All right. Those are the pens for the month. Cool. I also, as usual, do 2 pens regularly that I have a black ink and I have a blue ink. I write generally with a blue ink. I don't write with a black ink, but sometimes I need it. So these 2 pens, I've actually did something different with them. This one has a cartridge. This is the Lamy Safari, by the way, and it has a cartridge. Then I ran out of the Lamy and I didn't want to order. So I filled the cartridge with Bay State Blue. So this is Noodler's Bay State Blue. I have so much of this sucker. I mean, this is still filled to the top. Anyway, so that's the Lamy. That's my blue ink that I write regularly all over the place. And this is actually what's in my Sunday reset. This is the pen I write with. But the other pen, this I've designated as my black pen. This is the Pilot E95S because it's just a gorgeous little baby that just needs no introduction. But I did something different. This is usually inked in black. And I did something different. I like the black, so it's usually inked in platinum black ink, which is a really rich, dark ink. Love it. But I wanted something different, so I paired it with one of my new ink samples, Diamine. I don't know if you can see that. Diamine Oxford Blue. So no, you go there and you go there, and it's not a heavy. It's more black than blue. So this is, and you really can't see it. You really can't see it, but it is such a brilliant. And this is the blue. This is Noodler's, and this is slightly different. It's almost more blue, if something could be more blue. Anyway, these are the inks for July. Oh, I forgot. I have one more thing to do. I need to lay down the color. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh my gosh, cannot forget. Okay, let's see what this color comes out as. Oh my goodness. Just want to eat this. Like put it on ice cream and eat it. It's that decadent. Oh my goodness. Oh. And also, can you tell that I like bright colors? Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.